Hi all! So for our social studies lesson today, we are going to continue our Me on the Map book. I'm going to go to our real Me on the Map book to see where we're at. So last time we did This Is My State, and for us we did My State is Michigan. And actually our page will be the same as the girls' page in this book because we all live in the same country. It says, "This is my country, the United States of America. This is a map of my country. This is my state on the map of my country." And you can see our state, Michigan, is right there. Remember, it looks like a mitten? Two mittens, actually, like that. So for your Me on the Map page, we're gonna do, this is my country. It is the United States. So try your best to draw the United States, or you can have a mom or dad or grandma or grandpa print out a picture for you. I tried my best to draw it, and then I made sure Michigan was special because that's where we live. But I actually wanted to read you a fun book today, and some of you might have seen this book on BookFlix. I know it's there. So this book is called The Scrambled States of America, and actually it was one of my brother's favorite books growing up. So the United States is also called America or the United States of America. So this book is about our country in a fun way. So it's called The Scrambled States of America by Lori Keller. And look, there's a map. And there's Michigan on the map. All right, The Scrambled States of America. Hi there, I'm Sam. I'm assuming since you've opened this book, you're in the mood to hear a story. Well, you're in luck because I have a story for you. It's a little story about our fine country. I bet you thought you'd heard them all, but not many people know this one. "Let me," says Ohio. Let me," says Colorado. No, says Sam. "You two, that's my job. Now you get back to your places. We're about to start the story." Let's give them a couple of seconds to get back in position. 1001, 1002, 1003. Okay, turn the page. Well, it was just your basic, ordinary day in the good old US of A. The states all over the country were waking up, having their first cups of coffee, reading the morning paper, and enjoying the beautiful sunrise. All the states, that is, except for Kansas. He was not feeling happy at all. And how do I know this? Because he said, "I'm not feeling happy at all." So Kansas is here on the map, and then here's a close-up of Kansas. "What's wrong?" his best friend Nebraska kindly asked him. Nebraska's a very kind state. "I don't know," moaned Kansas. "I just feel bored. All day long we just sit here in the middle of the country. We never go anywhere. We never do anything. And we never meet any new states." "Don't get me wrong, Nebraska. You're the best friend a state could have. But don't you ever want more? Don't you ever want to see what else is out there?" So Nebraska's thinking, boop, boop, boop. Yes, I do," Nebraska said excitedly. "And now that you mention it, I'm sick and tired of hearing North Dakota and South Dakota fight all the time." "I have a great idea," exclaimed Kansas. "Let's have a party and invite all the other states. You know, one of those get-to-know-you deals. Everyone can bring a favorite dish. We could have music and dancing." "That's a great idea," shrieked Nebraska. "I wish I thought of it myself." So with a little help from their neighbors, Missouri and Iowa, those wacky little Midwestern states planned the biggest party ever. They sent out invitations, they blew up balloons, and they even hired a band to play. "What type of music do you play?" Oh yes, I love accordions." So this is them doing invitations, hiring a band, the balloons. At last the big day came, and little by little the states started to arrive at the party. Nebraska and Kansas were on the welcoming committee. Iowa was in charge of coats. Missouri and Illinois passed out name tags for each state to wear. And within minutes after their arrival, the states began making friends with each other. They spent hours talking and laughing and dancing and singing. Oh, it's like a fun party to me. It was long into the evening when Idaho and Virginia got up on stage. "Excuse me," Ohio said politely. Oh, Idaho is also a very polite state. sorry to interrupt, but Virginia and I were just talking, and we thought it might be fun if she and I switched places, so we could see a new part of the country. Yes, Virginia chimed in. Then we thought maybe all of you might want to try it too. What do you think? A wave of excitement went through the room. Oh yes, what a grand idea. We should have done this years ago. They could hardly wait. Immediately, the states made their plans to switch places. They said their goodbyes and went directly home to pack. It took the better part of the next morning for the states to move to their new spots, but they finally were all settled in. All of the states were much happier now that they were by their new neighbors in a new part of the country. Oh yes, this was a much better arrangement. So you can see Wyoming, ended up where Alaska was, and Kansas is where Hawaii. And look at our states. It used to look like, let me find that map at the beginning. It used to look like this. And now this is the map. They're all scrambled up. After a couple of days had passed, all the excitement had died down, and the states began to realize that they weren't as happy as they thought. Florida, who had switched state spots with Minnesota, was freezing in the frosty northern climate. Also, Minnesota forgot to buy sunscreen and got an awful sunburn. Alabama, New York, and Indiana, all of whom took California's place, were bothered by the annoying rumbling sound that kept them up all night. Those are earthquakes. They shake the land. Arizona, who had traded places with South Carolina, was upset because the ocean waves kept ruining her hairdo. Alaska, who had been wanting a little more interaction with other states, was irritated by Oklahoma handle jabbing him into the left side and Michigan's thumb tickling his right. So look, tickle, tickle, tickle. That's our state, Michigan. And worst of all, Kansas, who had switched places with Hawaii, because he was sick of being stuck in the middle of the country, was now stuck in the middle of nowhere, feeling lonesome and seasick. He's singing a song, in the middle of nowhere, feeling lonesome and seasick. My guitar is soggy, and I feel so blue. And Hawaii was longing for some peace and quiet like the good old days. You can see Hawaii here, and people are partying around Hawaii. Well, there was no question in any state's mind about what to do. Everyone wanted to go home. So even faster than they made the first trip, they packed up their things and hit the road. Can see them all saying goodbye. We'll read what Illinois says. Yes, my name is Illinois, and I need one airline ticket to, Illinois. No, the S is silent. So everybody's going back. As the sun set across the country, all of the states from A to W were back in their very own homes. The states were so happy to see their old friends again. They spent the entire evening sharing their new experiences with each other, the good and the bad. See, they're all chit-chatting to each other. And that night, all the states in the country went to bed feeling happy about their new friends they had made, but most of all, feeling very happy to be home. You can see Michigan up here. And this is all the states individually. So, for our social studies star today, make sure you add the United States to the This Is My Country page. I can't wait to see them. And actually, kind of crazy, this is our last social studies lesson. So we actually didn't get to the last 2 pages of our social studies book. But if you want to do them at home, feel free. The last 2 pages would have been, this is my continent. It is North America. And this is the world. It is called Earth. So if you want to finish up your book, you can do your continent and your world page. But I definitely want to see your United States page. And I hope you have a great night. And I loved learning about the maps with you. All right, bye.